Okay, we're back. So, I'm going to just do the focus here. So, the first thing I'm going to do is sketch the sine x. So once again, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 90, 1, 2, 3, 180, 1, 2, 3, 270, 1, 2, 3, 360. And I need a maximum of 1 and a minimum of -1, but I also noticed that there's a vertical stretch coming, so I better take that into account. So why don't we make this 1, this -1, that's going to be a pretty funny looking graph. But the next one is going to go 1, 2, 3. That'll be 3, and that'll be -3. Okay, so let's sketch the sine curve first. It's going to be 0, 0, 91, 180, 0, 270, -1, 360, 0. So it's going to look like this. So that's a pretty sad looking graph, but it's because of my scale. And now we're going to do the vertical stretch, so it's going to go up here and down here. And then we'll do the reflection, which means that the +3 will become -3, and the -3 will become +3, and it will actually look like this. And that is your final curve. And that is y equals -3 sine x. Now, I wouldn't do this in 3 steps. I really, really wouldn't. I would have done it in 2 steps. I would have taken this one and flipped it. I wouldn't have drawn the orange one. I would have done it in just 1 step there. Now, what about if you're going to do it with point notation? Well, point notation looks like this. X sine x goes to x -3 sine x, which means that any single point on the original, 0, 0, 91, 180, 0, 270, -1, and 360, 0, can all be mapped, if you will, it's called a mapping diagram, onto the same x. They all have the same x's. They all have the same x's, but the zeros get multiplied by -3. Well, 0 times -3 is 0. 1 times -3 is -3. 0 times -3 is 0. -1 times -3 is +3. And finally 0. So if I go and plot those points, I get this point, I get this point, I get this point, I get this point, I get this point. I connect them. And guess what? I get the final curve with no other interference from any other curves. Now, that's fine by me. I can live with that. In fact, I think the strongest math student is a math student that can choose which way they want to do it. Okay, I'm going to stop there.